I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Elyse Archer. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing so well, Angel. Thank you for having me on your show.
Definitely a great pleasure to connect with you. Tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am currently in Atlanta, Georgia.
Sweet. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Did you say which of my talent was responsible for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe you should tell me.
It's fascinating. I think it's definitely a collective of things that you've been doing that has created this specific time right now of us connecting via the technology that is at hand. Tell us about your talents, please.
Well, I appreciate you asking that. Wow, that's a big question. I think when I think about what I love doing and what lights me up, I'm really passionate about helping other people see what makes them unique, what sets them apart, how they can bring their message to the world, and how amazing that is. And then just helping them really own that. And so I don't know if that counts as a talent or what, but it's something I'm extremely passionate about. And it's something that I help my clients do, and it's something that I just feel like is a God-given gift, and like I said, a big passion of mine.
Is there someone in your family who was a similar or who had similar type attributes about them in terms of wanting to bring about that uniqueness in others?
I think my mom was someone who she always did it naturally for my sister and me. I've got a younger sister who's 2 years younger, and she was the type of mom who, no matter what we did, she would just encourage us and tell us we could go for it and do it. And professionally, she's a psychologist as well. So that could be a whole nother conversation about what it's like to grow up with your mom as a psychologist. But when I think about the work that I love doing, I think a lot of it has come from her encouraging me and my sister. And then also it's kind of similar to her style and practice, which is just really digging into what makes people tick. And then probably where mine is a little bit different is it's saying, okay, well, we don't need to go super deep into your past. Let's talk about how to make it really work for you now and how to make it really help you stand out in your profession and achieve your goals.
Oh, there are many people that need that information and that seek after that information. Where's the best place for them to connect with you, Elyse?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. So I would say I think everybody really needs to get clear on what makes them different and what their brand is. I know that's a big piece of what you do as well. I think when I think about the way business is going in general, whether you are an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, being clear on what your brand is, what differentiates you, why clients should do business with you. I think everyone needs to be clear on that. So if people want to connect with me, they can follow me on Instagram at Elyse Archer. They can also send me an email, elise@thebrandbuildersgroup.com, and mention that they heard me on your podcast.
Lovely. Now tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
So one of the things that I've done consistently over the last 3 years is, I would say, creating content around my area of expertise. I'm in a little bit of a unique situation right now because I recently made a career switch from focusing on sales consulting and coaching to going exclusively into personal brand strategy. And so when I was in sales coaching, I would create a piece of content every single day that basically taught a sales technique of some sort. And I would do a video, post it on LinkedIn, send it out to my list. And it was a huge piece of how I built my business and my brand. And it helped me really accelerate my growth. And then when I left that world, I had to go through a little bit of my own personal brand reinvention, which if you're somebody who's used to putting out a lot of content and feeling like you're providing value, it's an interesting place to think, okay, I have to reinvent what I'm going to talk about and what I'm going to be known for. And so that actually just happened this past summer. And that was so I took a bit of a hiatus in content creation as I just figured out, well, what is my brand going to be and what am I going to be known for? But I've picked it back up, and I'm starting to create more content again. And it's just, I think when we think about our legacy and what we're going to leave behind in the world, we have an amazing opportunity today to really share our knowledge and our expertise with the world, and leave behind messaging that will hopefully last us hundreds of years after we're gone. And that's something that's really important to me. And I think there's no excuse today to not put that out there, kind of like you're doing so brilliantly with your podcast. And we can live far beyond our chronological years on the earth just with the content that we put out to help and inspire other people. And so that's something I've done consistently, and I'm committed to continuing to do consistently.
How does it make you feel, being the person that was once doing this from a professional perspective to now being the person who's chosen to do it from a passion perspective, or at least focusing on your name and focusing on your uniqueness? How does it make you feel?
It feels great. At the beginning, it felt very scary. So at the beginning, I think just like any type of reinvention, we have these questions of what am I going to talk about? Again, what do I want to be known for? Am I worthy of talking about bigger things than just for me? Again, it was sales techniques, and that felt very safe and comfortable. And then to make the switch to talk about bigger things, about legacy and what you want to be known for and how do you want to leave your message on this earth, I had a moment of feeling, am I worthy of talking about that? Is it something that I have the right to talk about? And I think it's a question a lot of us ask when we're first starting to position ourselves as experts in a new space or to create content. But I think you just kind of have to do it, and you have to just get that first piece of content under your belt. And then once you do it, and you start to get kind of into the rhythm of it, it feels really amazing. And to me now, I feel just total alignment in my soul and my core of this is what I'm meant to be talking about. This is what I'm meant to be helping people with. And so it feels really good.
Love it. Well, again, amazing audience. You're hearing it live from Elyse Archer of thebrandbuildersgroup.com. Check her out there. Elyse, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Elyse, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, my earliest childhood memory would be, gosh, there's probably one from earlier than this that I'm just not thinking of. But I remember winning a spelling bee in like kindergarten. That to me was a really big deal. It was very stressful. I was up against the other kid who was like the smartest kid in the class, and we had gone all the way around the class, and it was him and me pitted against each other. And I don't remember what the word was. I guess I'm not that competitive that I don't remember what the word was, but I remember I won against him, and it was just it was an awesome feeling. I think that's when I first realized I really like to win.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I would say I've always held myself to a really high standard, and I think it's important to do our very best in life. And that's one of the things that I strive to do every day is do my very best. And there's a list of things every day that I just am committed to doing, whether it's working out, whether it's meditating, whether it's reading, whether like one of the things I'm focused on right now is just leaving 10 positive, encouraging comments on other people's social media every day. Because it's so easy to get caught up in, well, who's following me and who's commenting on my things. And I think that's sometimes it can get tricky when you are competitive by nature. It's so easy to turn the focus on yourself, but the payoff of that is so limited. And so for me, one of my biggest life lessons has been, yes, I need to succeed. Yes, I need to do my best. Yes, I need to make money. But it's also really been that it is so much more gratifying to see other people really shine and to help them feel amazing about what they're doing. And to me, it's like, if I just do that every day, my mission is complete. And I know that if today was my last day, that would die feeling good about what I had done.
Well, that is beautiful. Wow. And if we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song. Ooh. So I didn't review any of the questions you asked us ahead of time. So this is all totally
Which is fun, which makes it even more fun. Yes.
I want to say, oh man, I don't know if I was, okay, I do know. So I loved Jewel. I was such a Jewel fan. I don't know if you ever listened to her or are familiar with her, but she had that song Pieces of You that was like super popular, and I would just sing it over and over and over again. And it was my jam. So yeah, that was it.
Super cool. I love to connect things on the podcast. It's just pretty cool that that understanding pieces of you is so core to the brand and understanding building brand, and to see you switch into helping others understand the pieces of themselves and how that could connect to building a brand is pretty cool to see that connect.
See, I feel like I'm getting a psychologist session right now, and I wasn't even
you
prepared
would
for it.
know.
That's good.
You would know, right? Because your mother did this to you, right?
I can't escape it.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we've now arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. You ready, Elyse?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Elyse, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Ooh, yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
We actually don't have a TV, so no.
Wow. What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Elyse Archer, what would you say that is?
Be generous with yourself and with the people around you.
Love it. Pieces of you. All connects. Elyse Archer, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, thank you. I would just say, whatever it is on your heart that you feel like you were meant to bring to the world, do that thing. Don't hold back. You never know. You never know how much time you have left. You never know what the rest of your life is going to look like. And if you feel like you're called to bring a message to the world, if you feel like you're called to give or serve in some way, start today. Do it today. Do not wait. Make the most of today. And I think when we do that every day consistently, we can feel like we've truly lived.
Love it. Elyse Archer, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.